Hey, welcome to another episode of Not Scrum Dumb Podcast. I'm your co-host, Andreanna Marshall, and that's my amazing co-host.
Grand Scrum Master Scott. Greetings, everyone.
So today we're going to be talking about what are the next steps after PSM1. We're going to give you three things that you can do after you take the PSM1 class. It doesn't matter if you already have a job or don't have a job. These things are really going to help you get better as a Scrum Master and improve your marketability in the job market. The first thing that we recommend doing is continuing to increase your skills. Scott, do you want to talk a little bit more about this one?
Yes, Andreanna. Increasing your skills. We as practitioners, whatever your industry is, we specifically talk about Scrum Master, you should always be looking at ways to increase your skills. Now, since we're talking about specifically after the PSM1 class, the Professional Scrum Master class, if you're not familiar with the acronym, the next thing we recommend you do is to take the facilitation class, or that could be one of your options. And the reason I identify that is you understand the Scrum framework, which is what you got in that class. You understand how to navigate, you understand all the elements, the principles, and the theory of the Scrum Guide and how to work that. But do you know how to use a facilitating hat effectively to help your team get to that point? So my recommendation, experiments and experience, is saying that one of the few things you want to do is definitely take a facilitation class. Now, again, you don't have to take a class for facilitation as an alternative. Most of you know by now, I go to Toastmasters. You can go to Toastmasters and volunteer to be the Toastmaster for the day. That is a facilitator role in Toastmasters. And that way you can get feedback in terms of what you're doing. I believe that the fastest way to mastery is through feedback. So that is an option. Toastmasters still going to cost you some money, not as much money as taking a facilitation class. Toastmasters, you have to renew every 6 months or every year, depending upon where you're at. But it's totally up to you.
And on the same note of increasing your skills, I'll add the PALE EBM using evidence-based management. The thing about this that I really like is that we've all experienced unclear goals within an organization. I don't know about you, Scott, but I've definitely
Yes.
experienced that. And setting goals at an organizational level, sometimes even a team level, is really challenging. So, in this class, you're going to learn how to use empiricism to set and achieve strategic goals. You're going to learn how to drive improvements by using four key value areas. That's unrealized value, current value, time to market, and the ability to innovate. And sometimes I'll even have an EBM class where people have never even heard of this, or they realize how many metrics their organization or team aren't even tracking that they probably should be. That's going to be really valuable to helping them improve. So that's a fantastic class. There's also another class called the Professional Scrum Product Backlog Management Skills. This one is near and dear to my heart. Scott, I don't know about you, but have you seen a product backlog that is not only gigantic, but literally no one cares? They're just like, we don't know what to do. We have 1,000 things. We're
I have.
confused. And you're just doing your best. It's an uphill battle, but this class is going to give you some really great strategies and help you gain those skills of really effective product backlog management. So I think those things are really going to put you in a great space because there are still people that don't know how to do these things. There are teams, as we mentioned, and organizations that still struggle with these things, and having them are going to make you really effective in your role and it's going to look really good for you. Just those skills. So getting your PSM1, that means you have a really good understanding of Scrum. Now, this part is really increasing your personal skills, your ability to facilitate, your ability to help the organization set goals, understanding metrics, what to use, when to use, creating a good culture, that's EBM, and then product backlog management skills. So many people complain about their product backlog. You being able to solve that's going to be really valuable at your organization. So then that takes us to the second thing that we recommend, which is getting technical skills. I did talk to someone recently, and a lot of jobs are in tech are asking for you to have some kind of technical skills. Do I think a scrum master has to? No, I don't think so. But it seems like this is what's being asked for now. I've mentioned in the previous video, if you do want to work in software, you do need to understand the software development lifecycle. That's just crucial. You need to understand how your team gets work done. The increase in technical skills is a little odd to me. I will now add a little bit more in what I said before. Now, if you do work on a back end team that and they use AWS, it's probably beneficial to you in that type of situation to learn AWS. Or if they're using some other platform to now learn that because this is becoming a thing that they want you to have. So if you're in a situation where you do have a job, continue to build those skills and make yourself more marketable. Scott, what do you think?
I like that, definitely. The other thing I will add in this category of getting technical skills, as a Scrum Master, our technical skills are the soft skills. So make sure you have that as well. Now, as Andriana is identifying, you're going to need a little bit more than just the soft skills, depending upon where you're applying and what industry you're going to. So you may need to get some technical skills. I would really recommend that each and every one of you really get familiar to Chat GPT. If for no other reason, just begin to play with it. Because I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and we were just reflecting back on when we was younger. I said, Scott, you know what? When we was younger, we used to ask our peers for the answers to the exam. And now we're at a point where we looking for the questions. Chat GPT is a very powerful thing. In the conference that Andriana and I went to with the professional Scrum trainers, we did talk about a few different ways that they're using Chat GPT in the workplace. If you're not using that, to me, you're doing yourself a disservice. Whether you like it or not, that doesn't matter. Again, we talked about you getting the technical skills that you need to remain relevant. Ask yourself, is there a way that Chat GPT can help me in my role as a Scrum Master be more effective? And start there. Ask it some questions and see what you get, and share that information with us. So we would love to hear about what you're doing there as well.
All right, that takes me to the next thing. Grow your network. This is something that I personally hate. I really don't wanna talk to people. No, I'm joking. Meeting new people is not easy. I'm not that bad, everyone. It's okay. You can reach out to me still. I've answered just about everyone who's reached out to me, and I will talk to you in person, but it is hard to go and network and meet people, especially sometimes it's all virtual, but my initial recommendation is to find your local Agile group. Whether that's online or in person, I do recommend going to something like a meetup, or there are other sites that actually facilitate this as well, and finding something, some event that you can go to and actually connect with people. I believe still most of the jobs are filled by someone that's been referred, not cold resumes. So you want to be able to have that opportunity in the future, build your network, and you never know, you could end up having some really great friendships out of this. So, Scott, what do you think?
I totally agree with everything you're saying. Not only build your network, but foster that network. And what I mean by that is, I got a pretty good network of recruiters that I talk to. For example, I know I got a contract ending soon. I don't know if I'm gonna take a little break or they're gonna renew. Doesn't matter either way. But here's what I am gonna do. I'm gonna call all my recruiters, people who have helped me over the years, and say, hey, thank you. Let me know if you got something. These are my requirements. This is what I'm looking for. If you get something that looks like this, then I'm certainly interested. You know I ain't interested in that over there. So I'm just saying, hey, how you doing? Touching base. But at the same time, I'm keeping my name at the top of their head, at the front of their desk, wherever it may be in their environment. I'm keeping my name fresh on their mind so that when they get an opportunity, hopefully I'm one of the person that they would think of when they try to fill that position. Don't forget about your recruiters and anybody, even if it's just a friend. Adriana identified a referral. So if somebody referred you to a job, reach out to that person. Just keep that connection. So hopefully you have talked to that person after you've gotten a job. If not, it's a great time. Hey, you know what? The job is going well. And I just want to call and say thank you. I appreciate you. That goes a long way for people. And they'll be more likely to help you again and again and again and again. Adriana, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that all makes sense. And so I think that brings us to the end of this video. If you made it to the end, that means you have an attention span greater than a goldfish.
Be legendary, everyone, but certainly not Scrum Dumb.